Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of the King's Castle, King James along with Blair Chopin. And we're breaking down WrestleMania 33, as well as giving you all the fallout. But right now it's time to touch on the Universal title match between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. Now, I have to say, this was probably, in my opinion, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg's best match since Goldberg's return.
I think it's their best match ever.
And I'll tell you why. Because everybody thought Goldberg had the match won for a long time coming, but then we saw more of what I like to call the classic Lesnar. Suplex after suplex, time and time again, and he finally, after 13 years, vanquished Goldberg to recapture the Universal title and finally get that asterisk off of his career of losing to Goldberg. So we all wondered going into Raw what was next. Well, as far as Lesnar's concerned, he's looking for a new challenger and possibly a build with Roman Reigns towards WrestleMania 34 and that main event. But then he was interrupted by Braun Strowman, and Strowman said, "You have my attention."
Oh, I would be excited for that.
Meanwhile, even though we did not see Goldberg live on Raw, he did make an emotional appearance on the Raw Talk post-show after Raw went off the air this week. And he said that he was able to, he had great pride while being the champion. He was able to take the title to his son's school, and he got very, very emotional. The promo was basically unscripted, so he basically said goodbye to the fans for now, but he ended it by saying, "Never say never," because you never know who or what is next. So, I've heard rumors that they could be using Goldberg for big shows in the near future, but in your opinion, Blair, and be honest here, after hearing that promo, can we safely assume that Goldberg's career is over?
No. Because we talked about it before he came back, and when I suggested to you, he's doing this 2K17 promo, I guess.
Right.
And there's rumors he might come back and wrestle Lesnar. You're like, what are you talking about? He hasn't been around in so long, he's older. And you just never know with these guys.
Initially, I didn't think he had it in him, I admit. Even though I'm a huge Goldberg fan.
But I will say, that had to be a tough pill to swallow for Goldberg if he wasn't going out. Because we've seen Goldberg lose before.
Yeah.
But we've never seen him dominate it like that.
Yeah.
Me and you were talking about during the show, during WrestleMania, is like, has he ever lost cleanly? And we came up with maybe one instance.
Yeah, when you lost to Booker T.
But, that was a different era of the WCW, and it didn't actually have the most sane people riding for him. But this is like...
People like Vince Russo, what a screw-up he is.
Yeah. So, it's tough for me to see... I don't know, it's just he had to swallow a lot of his pride there. And... it's tough for me to see Goldberg. If Goldberg's going out on his back and he's going out getting defeated like that, I think he might be just going out.
Yeah, but
at the same time, money talks. And the thing that impressed me about Goldberg, even though I was obviously disgruntled with how short the matches were. I thought that was about as good of a Goldberg match as you could do at WrestleMania. He was in great shape, man.
And I will say,
he was in great shape.
You gotta admit, but the man put up a decent fight for being in a match with Brock Lesnar. Because Lesnar suplexed him 10 times.
Right. And, Lesnar, we know Lesnar can, actually hurt people.
Yeah.
We've seen Randy Orton. We've seen other guys complain about it.
I mean, I've seen Lesnar break Triple H's arm twice using the Kimura lock.
So you can either take that two ways, right? You can say, well, Goldberg can obviously still take the punishment. Or you can say, well, Goldberg's 50 years old. How many more matches like that can he be put through? Right?
But that's true.
But my point is Goldberg, his body not to say this in any way, but he was in incredible shape for being 50.
Yes, he
And
was.
this isn't like Brock Lesnar. He was in better shape than Brock Lesnar is, even though Lesnar's much younger.
Yeah.
But like this
Because
is a guy that is.
Lesnar's only like 37.
My point is, this guy, whether he's planned to wrestle or not, he's going to be in the kind of he's obsessed with fitness, so he's going to be ready to wrestle, whether he's on the roster or not.
Right. And real quickly,
It was tough seeing him lose like that.
I mentioned Triple H's history with Brock Lesnar. He also competed in a match at WrestleMania, as you know, the non-sanctioned fight between him and Rollins. I gotta say, that was a decent match.
I like that match a lot.
But I was honestly shocked because of the way the match ended. Because if you didn't see it, Stephanie McMahon tried to get involved, and she ended up getting herself knocked off the apron, put through a table, then opened the door for Seth Rollins to connect with the pedigree and pin the game. So I don't think we'll be seeing the game in his COO role anytime soon.
Yeah, I thought that was a really well-written match.
Me too.
Because they played up the thing so much of Rollins' leg being hurt. And it made Rollins kind of a hero for sticking around and being in the match.
Absolutely.
So he gets a boost as a babyface. You had Stephanie interfering the entire time. She goes through the table, which honestly might be one of my bigger WrestleMania surprises. I was not expecting that to happen at all.
Me either.
And then Rollins comes back. He wins with the pedigree.
Yeah.
Which is kind of symbolic. I thought that match was really well done.
Yeah, I gotta give props to the WWE for that. But anyway, better check on the time here.
We're good.
Alright. Anyway, I mentioned that I had some news regarding the future of the WWE Network. Well, it was made official this past weekend during the Business Partners Summit that this summer the WWE will hold the first ever international women's tournament.
Yeah, interesting.
Which will be similar to what they did with the Cruiserweight Classic, which means they'll have 32 female superstars from 17 different countries all battling it out to be the last one standing. And that'll take place this summer on the WWE Network. And also, it was announced this past Tuesday during 205 Live that based off the success of the UK tournament that they had back in January, they are going to produce a brand new UK exclusive show that will debut later this year. Now what a coup that is, not only for the company itself, but for their international audience.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
What do you make of all that?
The international thing kind of blows my mind. I mean, you think of where this thing came from 30-something years ago, where it was just regions of the United States.
Yeah.
And he had to take over Vince had to take over each one of them, and people thought he was crazy, to now it being international. And I mean, I really think they could have a hold on international markets. I mean,
Absolutely.
they have more money, more resources, more talent than whoever their competition would be in those foreign markets. So, I mean, I think it's something that could work out well. And we know it. Pro wrestling is not. People like to think that pro wrestling is like an American thing. It's not. It's an international thing, too.
In fact,
Japan, they're crazy about it.
In fact, just for you wrestling historians, the oldest wrestling promotion that's still in existence dates all the way back to the 1930s with CCWL in Mexico.
Right. So this is a big thing everywhere, and I think the WWE is obviously the most recognizable brand of any brand in the world for pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
So could just build.
So congratulations to WWE on that, and we look forward to seeing what these new commodities with the International Women's Tournament and the UK show bring. But when we come back, it'll be time for Blair and I to give you our picks for What's Up of the Week, so stay right there.